Hi, my name is Nurul Huda binti Muhammad Nazri. I am a student at Applied Science Faculty in UiTM Perak. Here is my student information profile. So today I am going to present my topic, which is Chapter 1, Atoms, Molecules, Ions and Chemical Equation. So let's get started. So here is my table of content that I would like to present in this chapter. First, we have atomic symbol, atomic number, and mass number. Second, isotopes. Third is elements. Fourth is molecules. And lastly is compounds and ions. So firstly, atomic symbol, atomic number, and mass number. What is atomic symbol? Atomic symbol is used to identify the element to which an atom belongs. We can also identify the number of electrons, protons, and neutrons that an atom is contains. For the atomic number, which is mean number of protons in the nucleus of an atom of any particular element. Every neutral atom of an element has the same number of electrons and protons. So, number of protons is equal to number of electrons. Mass number. Mass number is mean total number of protons and neutrons in the atom. Here is the symbol of an atom, which is X is for atomic symbol of the element, A is for mass number, which is proton plus neutron, and Z is for atomic number, which is the number of protons or electrons. And here I have put another example of element, which is sodium and magnesium. For the second content is isotopes. What are isotopes? Isotope is an atom with identical atomic numbers but different mass numbers. Most elements have two or more isotopes. Every isotopes have a different number of neutrons. They have similar chemistries, forming the same type of compound and displaying similar reactivities. Here is an example for isotopes of carbon. Here we have carbon 12, carbon 13 and carbon 14. Carbon 12 has 6 neutrons, carbon 13 has 7 neutrons and carbon 14 has 8 neutrons. But every carbon has the same number of protons, which is 6. So next is elements. Elements is a substance that cannot be broken down into two or more different substances. Element is formed from the combination of atoms only. It is also have in a molecular form in which the same type of elements are chemically combined. They are called diatomic molecules or sometimes molecular elements. Here is an example for diatomic molecules or sometimes molecular elements, which is hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine. So here is another common elements and its symbols. For the first content is molecules. Molecules are formed from chemical combinations of atoms. It is also combined in specific ratios to one another. Here is an example for molecules. So for the next contents, we have compounds. What is compounds? Compounds is a substance composed of atoms of two or more elements that chemically united in fixed proportions. Compounds can only be separated into their pure components by chemical means. Here is an example of ionic compounds that we have in everyday life, which is sodium chloride, sodium bicarbonate, and sodium hydroxide. So, for the last content in this chapter is ions. Ions is an atom or group of atoms that has a net positive or negative charge. As you know, every neutral atom of an element has the same number of electrons and protons. So, the neutral atoms can lose or gain electrons and become charged. The charged atoms are known as ions. There are two types of ions, which is cation and anion. Cation is an ion with a positive charge. If a neutral atom loses one or more electron, it will become a cation. However, anion is an ion with a negative charge. If a neutral atom gains one or more electrons, it will become an anion. Here is an example of cation and anion. Ions also have monoatomic ions and polyatomic ions. What is monoatomic ions and polyatomic ions? Monoatomic ions is an ion that contains only one atom. For example, hydrogen, magnesium, and aluminium. However, polyatomic ions is an ion that contains more than one atom. For example, carbonate and sulfate. So I think that's all from me. Thank you for lending me your ears, and I hope that you guys are enjoying my presentation. Thank you very much and Assalamualaikum.